We're opening our textbooks to Lesson 3, We Are 7. This poem explores the boundaries between the living and the dead. Our author, William Wordsworth, was a cornerstone of the Romantic period, finding complex human truths within the quiet routines of rural life. Wordsworth lived in England's Lake District, a place of steep valleys and still waters that served as the primary backdrop for his work. It's here that the poet encounters a cottage girl, just 8 years old. Her hair is thick with curls that cluster around a face he describes as having a rustic woodland air. Seeing her boundless energy, the poet is struck by a thought. How could a child so physically alive understand the cold stillness of death? He begins with a simple question, asking the girl how many brothers and sisters she has. She answers immediately and with total certainty. 7 are we. The poet looks at her, alone in the countryside, and finds the math doesn't add up. He asks her to explain where these siblings actually are. This request for a simple head count reveals a divide between how an adult calculates a family and how a child experiences one. The girl begins her list. She explains that 2 of her siblings live in Conway, a town marked by its massive stone fortifications. 2 others, she says, have gone to sea, traveling far away on ships. Then she points to the local churchyard. There, she says, a brother and a sister are laid beneath the ground. She notes that she lives in a small rustic cottage with her mother, just a short walk from these very graves. She speaks of the siblings in the ground with the same casual tone used for those who simply moved to another city or went to work on a boat. To the poet, the logic is clear. If 2 are in the churchyard, they are gone. He tells her that if 2 are dead, then the family total is only 5. The girl refuses to accept the subtraction. She points to the graves themselves, noting they are green and clearly visible from her door. She describes her daily habits, taking her knitting to the churchyard, sitting beside them to sing, bringing her supper to the gravesite, and eating in their company as the sun goes down. The poet sees death as a permanent absence, but for the girl, physical proximity and daily rituals keep her siblings in the present tense. The poet grows frustrated. He tries to force her to see the reality of the situation, insisting that since their spirits are in heaven, they can no longer be counted among the living. But the girl will not be moved. She pushes back against his logic one last time, insisting, "Nay, we are 7. Wordsworth describes his own arguments as being thrown away. His biological facts have no weight against her lived experience. The poem suggests that a child's sense of connection is so strong that even the physical end of life cannot sever the bond of the family. While the poet relies on a dictionary definition of life, the 8-year-old girl maintains a reality where her siblings are as real as the grass on their graves. That concludes Lesson 3. Thank you for studying with AKHARA Study. See you in the next chapter.